What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Noobs and Advice Gaming. We are here again at the Broken Arrow Regionals, Oklahoma. Got another really interesting deck here. All right, man. So, who are you, and what did you play, and how did you do?
I am Zach Dunn. I played Vanquish Soul at the Broken Arrow Regional here in Oklahoma, and I got 13th place. Best I have done at any regional by far, and I'm really happy with the results. I was hoping for top 8 to walk away with the mat. Didn't quite get there, but all in all, awesome day.
Hey, man, that is super awesome. Definitely good to hear that. Is this your first invite?
My first invite, yep.
Nice, man. Congratulations. Cool. You ready to get into the deck?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. Start with the main and then move on.
So, the main deck, Vanquish Soul monsters are pretty standard. You go 3 Raisin, 3 Mad Love, 2 Jiaolong, awesome. 2 Jiaolong, 2 Caesar, and 3 Order. These just play. These are your cards. You need Raisin. Raisin is the pretty much only card in the deck that really matters. You have to see this card in order for any of these guys to work. These other guys can do stuff on their own, but all in all, Raisin's definitely the main powerhouse of the deck. The only thing that is, I guess, like slightly up for debate is whether or not you run 2 Jiaolong, but I think this is going to become standard. You need 2 Jiaolong. It's more fire targets. You want to of your fire, dark, and earth ratios, you want to have the most fire. So Jiaolong is one of the best fire bodies you can have. It's searchable and it summons itself, and you can reveal 2 fires and search any Vanquish Soul card as a quick effect. So you can do it once on your turn, and then in your opponent's draw phase, search again.
That's nuts.
You get both your big guys. Anytime you have 2 fires to reveal, guaranteed, as long as they don't like top deck Ash.
That's crazy. And speaking of Ash, yeah, that helps you too. That's super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Ash is a fire, baby. Let's put all these away. These are all Vanquish Soul monsters.
I'm mostly standard except for Jiaolong. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that.
Now, the Vanquish Soul's best friend is 3 Fenrir and the Rise Heart.
Ooh.
The Rise Heart is, again, another fire target. If you draw the Fenrir and a Stake Your Soul, you will search the fire because the fire will be a reveal with Stake Your Soul, and that gets you into Raisin. So, all in all, extremely good card. It's good going first. It's good going second. This card is incredibly flexible. I'm glad it missed the ban list. Thank you, Konami. Don't hit this card.
You know, I think I have one of those Rise Hearts somewhere, so I think I'm going to start playing that engine too. It's really nice.
Incredibly good. Ash Blossom is the first of the hand traps, and D-Shifter.
I hate you so much.
The other side. I apologize. I dropped this on so many people, and I could not look them in the eye. I felt dirty.
Hey, man, play your deck. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. It's pretty much the only way to deal with what some of these decks are capable of. You know, Fire King's insane. Rescue Ace loses pretty hard to it. Makes it hard for them to summon Turbulence. It forces them to make use Emergency to get it out. And even Unchained has a hard time against it. They can still kind of play around it. They just don't have follow-up if you D-Shifter him. Crazy card. It also does inhibit you a little bit. It's something you got to like watch out for. You're usually not OTKing under it, but D-Shifter's worth running. It's a dark too. It's either that or Crow, but I think D-Shifter all the way. And then the last of the monsters in the deck, 2 Pank. Thank you, Konami. 2 Earths for the deck. I was actually really struggling on having enough Earths. I feel like I wasn't like top decking enough Earths to get value out of Caesar's Protect effect. Top decking any one of these, even if you're going first, isn't that bad because you just automatically have an Earth. Sets you up for Caesar, really gets Caesar cooking. And it's basically it's an easy replacement for Pantera. I was playing around with the 1-of Pantera for a while, and I eventually took it out for the 1 before the ban list dropped. Really liked it. Super glad they brought a second one back. It's basically 5 Fenrirs too. Being able to go into battle phase with this, in fact, it's a level 7. It almost makes me want to run rank 7s because you have Fenrir. Your opponent has 2 monsters on board. You special Fenrir out first because you have nothing, and then you can still special summon Pankratops alongside it. 24, 26 is big, and you can go battle, swing over something with Pank, and then after you swing with it, send it and pop something, and then Fenrir does the same thing. It's really good. Nice. For the spells, Stake Your Soul, standard, gotta run 3. Continue, the Quick Play Revival slash add back to hand. And I do run the one of Dust Devil. This is this or Called By, I think. I think this is better than Called By because like relying on Called By to save you from Droll just doesn't feel that great. I think I would rather just eat the Droll and pray they don't get it in the next game. And I think that's a lot of the reason I made it so far is because I think I got Drolled once all day. So this or Called By, but what's nice about this is it's searchable with Mad Love. It's a you don't have a ton of targets for Mad Love. You only have, if you didn't run this, you'd only have this as a target and Snow Devil, the trap. So I think having the 3 targets for the 3 Mad Love makes sense. Maybe running 2 of this would make more sense than running this if you don't want to run Called By, but this complements boards too. If you already opened this and the Snow Devil, you can search this with Mad Love, and then it's just a Book of Moon, Sasha Eclipse, and it complements really well with your other stuff. Rest of the spells, we run 3 Rhoda, pretty much. This is Rhoda for Raisin. This in Fenrir or any of your normal summons is just Raisin. This is your 4th copy of Raisin. Getting Drolled, I didn't get Drolled, but if you get Drolled after this, you it's actually not that bad because you can, if you're able to get into Rock, which you should be able to if you get Raisin off of this, you get into Rock and you add Rock back, or you add the Raisin back to your hand and then just Raisin on their turn, and that you kind of play on their turn. Regardless of getting Drolled. Droll hurts really bad, but as long as you get to Raisin, you can play on their turn a little bit. 3 Prosperity, card has to be in there. You don't draw much other than with Borger.
Extra deck space good for it?
Extra deck space is phenomenal. You don't hardly make anything besides Rock anyway.
Nice.
And it's really easy to banish 6 every time, even if you've already resolved one. Sometimes I can banish 6 twice and still be fine because I'm still sitting on my 3 Rock. And then the traps are the Snow Devil and 3 Emperor for 9 hand traps.
Beautiful, man. Hey, asking size, is it a flat 40?
Flat 40.
Nice, beautiful. All right, speaking of that extra deck, you want to get into that next?
Absolutely. Let's go. So, 3 Rock. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 3 Rock or bust. This is the only extra deck card you make basically every single turn, every single game, every single match. It's the main card that lets you play in your opponent's turn. So you need this guy. You got to run 3. Excuse me. We got an SP. Basically everything else besides Rock is just utility, toolbox, Blink, and Xyz stuff.
That's why Prosperity is so good.
Exactly. IPSP, you don't hardly ever... You do got to remember, you can't make these with this. This cannot be used as link material, which makes it a little tricky getting these out sometimes. But most of the time, if you're making this, you're in a good spot anyways. I definitely think these are worth running. The IP baited an imperm for me once and won me the game. There's a lot of reason to run these, but the rest of it, these are IP is kind of a prosperity target too, but all of these are prosperity targets. Baguska, an annoying floodgate, and a tower. Usually it's not worth even making this to out a tower. Just because you use up so much of you use all your Vanquish Soul monsters on field, and you want to just leave them on field 90% of the time because they're not going to attack over all of them. They're all big, and getting rid of all your Vanquish Soul bodies just for one summoned out a tower usually isn't worth it.
Yeah, resource management, yep.
Zeus, you never prospe Zeus. Zeus is like the only other card besides Rock that gets made a lot. I actually didn't make a single Zeus today, which is kind of crazy. I don't even think I really had an opportunity to. I had a hard time making rank 4s today. But if you make Zeus, you usually win. This right here is a 4-mat Zeus every time, which is incredible. Nice. Typhon, never made this. Anti-Zeus. I never made this once either. And there was an opportunity that I could have just won instantly if I did. But since I was banishing it off prosperity so much, I just forgot I was even running it. But I definitely, thinking back, saw a lot of scenarios where this would come up. And then the last 3 are just your kind of typical. This can kind of flex out if you want to run something else. I've never even considered making this, but I have made these. I made this once. I didn't make this, but I make him a lot at locals. There's a lot of Fire Kings at locals, so
Funniest thing with Exoton Knight is make Exoton, use this effect, then slap a Zeus on top of it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So you get double Zeus activation anyways.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, what you got for the side, man?
For the side, we go 3 thrusts. The side deck's kind of boring, not gonna lie. It's basically all just thrust targets and droll. Cause the deck in and of it's like this archetype is pretty damn flexible. The main deck monsters catch your opponents off guard a lot while they're on the field. So really, the side deck just has to be a couple of board breakers, like Talents and Harpies and Change of Heart. I actually really like Change of Heart. There was 2 times where Change of Heart pretty much won me the game. Especially when the only thing on their field is Fenrir. This is awesome. Because then you can search with the Fenrir you're still, because you run Fenrir and Rise Heart and stuff. Change of Heart's really good. Fenrir's everywhere, and it's an easy. It's also it just eats a Barone negate. And that's all the spells, all thrust targets.
Nice.
All traps, we got 3D barrier. Kills Purley, kills Branded. Set it off thrust. Not much else to say. Card should be banned, but it's not. Evenly matched, another one that doesn't need much explanation. It's evenly matched. You run it, it's good. Search it with thrust if they ask you. And finally, good old-fashioned Droll and Lockbird for the last 3 in the side deck.
Such a lot of hateration with this card. I hate when it's used against me, but it's so good.
Oh, don't I know it, man.
All right, so yeah, man. So overall, what did you think of the deck? You think it performed pretty well, or?
It definitely way outdid my expectations. This is the first time I've ever gone this far in anything like this, any big event like this. And I felt really comfortable with the deck going into it. I did a lot of practice with it, and it definitely takes someone with good perception and seeing down the road to pilot, because holding on to stuff in hand like Ash, because it might be your only fire to reveal for your other effects, takes a lot of consideration. And but if you practice with it enough, I think it'll really surprise what this deck is capable of if you spend the time and get good with it. It can do so much stuff.
So yeah, literally not a deck for me. That's awesome. But hey, man, cool. So do you have any shout outs you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely. The guy who drove me here 7.5 hours all the way from Iowa, Mason. He's my man. He actually helped me get the deck. He kept an eye out at card shops he was going to, and would pick up a piece here and there for me, and I'd cover it and get it back to him. Everybody else that we road tripped with, they made the trip bearable. Bunch of really cool guys, and I just appreciate the hell out of them.
Hell yeah, man. All right, any local card shop you want to shout out or anything? Nah.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can get this on camera. I got Leaf Green. I got a tight sweatshirt, and I'm probably screwing up the mic.
A little bit, not too bad.
Leaf Green Gaming up in
there it is. We see it. Nice.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Ben. Those guys are pretty much single-handedly responsible for me going to Yu-Gi-Oh events every single weekend, practicing, getting better, and they've done so much for me and everybody else that attends. They're awesome guys, and if you're ever around the area, check them out.
Hell yeah, man. That's cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for being on. Really appreciate you. Super fun deck. I love this deck. It's really nice. Congratulations again on your first invite, man. And
appreciate it.
You guys in the comments, comment what you like about it, the subscribe, all that good stuff. Trying to get to 500. Thanks for subscribing, watching, and all that good stuff. Bye.